Good morning, Dre. Yeah, today we're gonna try to get through the weekly nightmares. Probably also need to try to go fast because I have stuff I have to do this afternoon. I'm going to see a house that I'll potentially be moving into in the next little while. Oh, so that's exciting. Yeah, new house is gonna be, well, also just the fact it's going to be a house, because right now it's just living in a apartment, which I have been doing for like 5 or more years at this point. I think it's actually closer to like 6 or 7. I just always round to the nearest thing divisible by 5. Yeah, so that should be exciting. It's going to kind of suck having to move during winter, but oh well. Most of the time it doesn't snow too bad where I am at. But weekly nightmares, we're going to try to get through all 3 of them. We're going to try to do them fairly quickly. So for this one, up against Lulu, we have Salty Dog, so Bilgewater cost reduction. And then the Howling Abyss, can be annoying, and then the Deadly. So we're going to go ahead and grab Pyke here, because I think it's been a little bit since we've played him. So we're going to go for his Deadly Harpoon build. Still going for a Stalker's Blade, which we could swap out for an Echoing if we wanted to try to get a bunch of deaths from below, but I like the double strikes. So more likely to level them up, although it will be a little bit harder to draw these. And then Beast Within, I feel like this is just like the best relic for Pyke. I think you just have to have it. The Overwhelm and the extra stats is just so good for you. So let's grab this here, and we'll load into Lulu. Although before we do, we'll probably just drop a quick ad break so no one gets hit by the annoying pre-rolls. We'll load in here while that's going. Alright, so we have Jinx as a mini boss, Monkey Idol, and Lulu. I think this should be fine. Let's double check our animation speed. Yeah, ×2. Oh man, I think we'll try to also stream tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll end up streaming on, we're definitely not streaming on Friday because we're driving. Might stream Saturday, but we'll see. But we have to stream on Sunday since that is the new monthly challenges, and it's just a couple days, like immediately after that we have all the reveals starting, which will be interesting to see what we get. I mean, everyone is guessing Victor, but we actually have no official confirmation, I don't think. Yeah, another Arcane patch. I think it will be really nice, especially since we just, like, every single week, we had 1 week pretty much before where we got the first patch, and then we got every week a new batch of episodes, and then now we'll be just a bit over a week or so, but then we're getting another Arcane patch, which can build off of what we got from the show. Should be pretty nice. All right, everyone should be back. Let's go ahead and try to get a power here. Enfeebling is really nice, but I think we want to be doing something a little bit more aggressive. Game start summon 2 husks. Husks do not have a subtype, so they wouldn't get the extra stats. This actually can be really nice. Yeah, Predict is very strong for Lurk. We can grab that. And let's go for Monkey Idol. Although it will suck that I have a Bilgewater and Demacia Novas, we're probably getting P and Z and Noxus again. Yeah, I also have the issue where I have a lot of Bilgewater and Shurima. I do still have 1 Noxus, though, so if we do get a Noxus champion, it would work for that. Let's actually hold on to all of these. Nice to get Monkey Idol so we don't draw it, although the Predict should help with that. Alright, let's see what we can get. We could go for the Bloodbait, or we could just skip. But drawing this wouldn't necessarily be the worst. Sure. Alright, let's try to be aggressive, go for the free attack. Alright, so we could go for monster harpoon, but I think let's just go for damage. Alright, nice. Finally defeated Karma. The Vagar run just had to roll up my sleeve, focus, and get an infinite cata combo with Imbecil power. Nice, Carthians. Let's again go for the predict. We'll go for this here. Alright, not too bad. Yeah, this predict will be pretty fun. Just to make sure we get really good units on the top deck. We could go for the depth and below. Let's just go here. And GG. Yeah, that Karma is a pain. So we'll... Yeah, it sucks. I'm glad I don't have to do it anymore. I got 1 PNZ Nova saved up, 70 Noxus shards, so if they give us similar rewards last patch, I should be able to get both the 6 stars. Nice. I needed vengeance, yeah. Blood in the Water, Wild Claw. Deal 1 to anything, then rally, draw a champion. I think we're going to go for the Wild Claw. While normally this would be a bad pickup, since we can predict, it should be really good, because if we can have like our first attack and then grab this, it'll be excellent. So yeah, because we have that consistent predict, going for some of these bigger units isn't actually bad. Support champion, I do like Renekton. He's just such a general good champion. Double attack Vi, though, we do have Overwhelm. That is tempting, although Vi doesn't get pulled out. Champions don't get pulled out, so Renekton wouldn't count either, which is sad. We could play Neela for free. Not terrible. Yeah, it's going to be rough trying to play her as a 5 cost. Because I'm pretty sure with our power, it only pulls out followers. Yep, only followers. So I think let's actually try to reroll. Alright, double attack Kennen. We could actually play him. A 3 cost Trundle, not terrible. Gust Monk, Quicken. We probably need to cut the Quicken. But sure, we go for Kennen. I do like that cheap double attack. Monk. Cutting the card would be nice. So let's go for the Porobot. But I got a PNZ in the Battle Pass after defeating Karma with Vagar. The game had Mercy. That's awesome. Yeah, PNZ Novas are so valuable just because you have so many to choose from. Whereas some of the other champions, like, I have double Shurima Nova Crystals, and I can't really do anything with them. Let's give it a Wild Claw. And we can get rid of the Pyke. So we're more likely to draw them. Yeah, these predicts are actually going to be really nice. Petty Officer, sure. I think let's still go for Snapjaw Swarm. It is good to save these for our next round, but we'll be able to get one anyways. All right, nice. Pyke is a good time. And yeah, I haven't actually gotten this predict with the 6-star before, so this is actually kind of broken. GG. I'm waiting to see Victor, but right now I'm thinking of using it on Jinx and one on Jace. Jinx really strong overall, and Jace for a fun one. I think Jace is also really strong. Like, I haven't been able to play with it, but I think 6-star Jace really destroys. Free attack's not bad, but it is a spell. I think we just want to go fully for followers. The predict here won't matter as much, but yeah, I like having followers over spells, even though Cataclysm is solid. Jace is super duper strong, just ended up to get here. Yeah, like I think his version could be potentially one of the strongest. Do you think we'll get Mel before the LOL version or League version? Possibly. Like, we still don't know what champions we're getting this patch. They've said previously that we're getting a new one, and then I forget if they said the other one is one of the current roster that's in the game getting updated to 6 stars, or if it's another one of the PvP roster that's coming over to Path of Champions. I forget what they said. Everyone's thinking we're getting Victor, but it's like, we could get Victor from the show. We could get the normal Victor that's already in the game. Yeah, we'll just have to see. We don't know, but Mel is a possibility. But yeah, we just don't know for sure yet. Let's go ahead and cut the Quicken and Marauder. So yeah, we'll have to see. We need to try to get the monthlies done. Hopefully all of them on Sunday. That way the next 2 days we can just focus on the reveals, and that should be a lot of fun. Good time. Let's get rid of the Wild Claw again, and we can hold on to the rest. I'm so ready and excited for Mel in League. Hopefully she comes to LOR too. Yeah. When I saw her, I was like, oh, she's gonna be added as a champion. All right, first thing first, predict. Let's go for Under Titan. Sure, this is fine. Ah, that's sad. Oh well. Sure.
The crowd writes the songs. I just sing them.
All right, let's drop this here. Ooh, Snapjar Swarm. So we could go for Pyke, but we want to get a free attack.
Let's hear it.
All right, so I guess the predict this time won't really... Well, it still could matter, because we could just attack and leave one spot open. And GG. Let's see. Yeah, but TFT is TFT. They have a lot of characters that are not in the game. That probably means LOR will get the show version. Most likely, yeah. Does Pyke 6-star struggle with board space? Not too much. Like, it's a little bit more of a problem right now, but that's because we are getting a predict, so we're like almost guaranteeing that we're drawing a unit every time we attack. Normally it's not that consistent, so normally it's not really a problem. Also, if you're going against tougher challenges, the enemy's often going to be able to kill some of your units. Here, though, it's not as much of a problem. Let's go for Jack the Winner, just because we don't want to deal with spells. We can go for the shop. Grant an enemy vulnerable. It already has vulnerable. Free attack challenging it. Does one of our effects get vulnerable, or is that just one of our units? Might just be one of our units. Yeah, I think that's just one of our units that does that vulnerable. Let's see what we get for power. When you summon an ally, give it 1/1. Yeah, that'll be decent, especially for our ephemeral. I think we're fine. We have enough power as is. Let's see. Monster Harpoon, not terrible. Yeah, getting rid of this would probably be the best cut for us. Let's go for a Jinx.
I like you.
Back in the dev update, they said there was 4 new champs besides Fiddle. We're at 2 out of 3. Wait, they said besides Fiddle? I thought it was including Fiddle. I think it was with Fiddle. I think we're at a 3 out of 4. So this should be the last patch of the year. So yeah, we should be getting a new champion on this next patch. Whole bunch of free attacks, looks good. Yeah, checking the video would probably be a good call, because I remember it as... let's actually go for the damage. I remember it as 4 champions, including Fiddlesticks. But if I'm wrong about that, definitely let me know.
I have studied every Pyke manual.
Sure, we can go for the free attack here.
Let's change the world.
Huh, we got Seraphine again. Sure, we can just go ahead and kill Jinx. Yeah, it's fine. Uh-oh.
Show me what you got.
I do like that Pyke is such a strong champion, but you could also just completely ignore him if you want. So this is solid, but again, we want to go for free attacks, and then here we have this Wild Claw. This is going to be big. GG. I have 5 PNC laying around. That is crazy. So it's either Mel or Victor 2. Okay, they said 4 more new champs this year, but that was back in September. I don't know if that was with Fiddle revealed or not. I would think that it includes Fiddlesticks. I would be surprised if we got 2 brand new champions. Yeah, I think that it is in Twitter. I think there's an image with 4 spots and 3 revealed. Yes, they definitely need to show Shurima some love. I have a Shurima Nova Crystal that, or a couple of them I want to use. Here, we're actually really liking our units, and we're not really playing Pyke. So I think let's actually go for the Radiant Plate Armor for Kennen. Make that double attack hit really hard. Nasus and not in January. I don't think we're actually going to get that. While they did those polls, I think that's going to be like the first half of the year. I don't necessarily think that is January. And yeah, they definitely need Targon representation as well. We can go this is give all of our units a little bit more damage. Mechanized Mimic or Item Chest. I think I want to go for the Item Chest. Let's go for Hunters. Nico, Fiddle, Aatrox, I think there's one more. Yeah, there's a decent amount of Runeterra. Alright, let's get rid of these expensive ones. And the Gust Monk. We want to get some of our blood baits. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's drop this. That could be fine. Play this here. Drop our Kennen. And then just do an absolute ton of damage. GG. I'm amazed the lack of love for Ionia. Ionia being the golden child until Arcane. I don't know, I feel like Ionia has always been a problem. So we could play this for free, but this has a free attack. When I'm recalled, draw 1. I think let's go for more of this. I do like the Sharkling. Also, when I'm summoned, we summon this with our like 2-star, I think it is now, every round. So we're gonna get a whole bunch of chimes going, which will be kind of silly. Draw 2. It's a card. Don't really want to deal with it. Another free attack. Stun the strongest enemy. I mean, essentially, this is just getting rid of a blocker, so it is kind of still helping our early game damage. Another free attack. It's a bit expensive, but sure. We'd like a cheaper free attack, but not going to complain. Yeah, we're fine. Let's, avoid the spells chest. Let's go for item chest. So, Warden. Yeah, Ionia... There's a couple champions there I'd like to see. Like, Zed could be really cool, and Aurelia could be really cool. In general, though, I just hate Ionia. Although there's more playing against them, not playing them. I think we only need 1 blood bait. And let's get rid of the collar. We'd like to get more of the actual swarms if we could. There we go. Perfect. nice. Wild Claw. Gonna be big damage.
The child is gone. The killer remains.
Thunder. You're a dull specimen.
GG.
The king.
So Victor maybe just gets updated art and we get Mel as a new champion. I mean, I would kind of doubt it. They technically could release a like Arcane skin for Victor that would be the updated art. They could do that. But I think since they're completely overhauling Victor for League, I would think that they're going to do the same here. But who knows? I think a whole new version of Victor is more likely than just updated art. That could be copium, we'll see. So 7 cost, 8/8 stat line. When allies attack, summon an attacking shark tooth. If we draw this when we're playing him, it's probably not going to count. This going down in cost isn't terrible. And we could play this. Well, his kit and gameplay didn't change in League. Aren't they? I thought they said they're completely redoing Victor. Are they just doing a visual overhaul? I thought they were going to do a gameplay overhaul for him as well. But could be mistaken on that one. When allies attack, someone attacking short tooth. I think we'll try this. With our predict, it is really nice. If we didn't have that predict, we definitely wouldn't grab it. Capture, that's kind of silly, especially because this is dying all the time. But actually, we have 3 rerolls. It could help us get rid of a blocker. But let's see. Play some exact copy of me. We're not actually playing this one that often. Fury, play a spell, give my support ally 1/1 in my keywords this round. Sure, gains more copies of this so we can pull out. Could be kind of funny. I think we get rid of the Bone Skewer, we're just never playing it. And let's go for Lulu.
Pleased to meet you.
Just visual overhaul, and his ult is a bit changed, but not gameplay overhaul at all. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought they were just doing a completely rework, but I guess the rework is just the visuals. Then I guess it's possible, yeah, that he just gets new visuals in LOR, but that would be a little bit sad. But yeah, that is possible. Let's get rid of both of these and Pyke. Hold on to the Under Titan. All right, so we didn't get lucky this time. We didn't get our other unit. Getting that double death from below could be fun. So yeah, we won't be ending turn 1 this time, which can be a little bit sad. Yeah, this is gonna get bigger, but sure. I think the problem where they wouldn't be the visuals, but the voice lines, they don't fit Arcane Victor all too well. Yeah. Alright, so I guess we should play Pyke somewhat. This is literally the last fight. So, no attack this round, but still okay. Another version of Pyke. Sure, we can go for... Oh, actually, we don't draw cannon. Oh, well. Alright, this should be just game. We could kill her. So, sure. GG. I think a good way to change Victor in LOR is to give him a way to consume units, like Corrupted Star Fragment being a spell he has. Let's go full copium and say it's a new Victor and LeBlanc. Do we need to change Victor for LOR though? I figured they'd maybe do a new version, but I think his general gameplay kit would work out fine. It is still the same kit of evolving and growing more powerful. Yeah, it'd be interesting. All right, that was a lot of fun. Getting the feral senses is so good for Pyke, especially when you have his 6-star, because you can then just guarantee you're gonna get another big unit attacking. It's pretty much like the best version of what the Darius power could be. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right, Stardust. Hooray. All right, so for the next one, who are we going to go? Oh, right, we're going to go for Ahri. So for this one right here, we have Fortifications, the Nexus is tough, All Things Grow Cold, and Deadly. We haven't played Ahri in a minute, so I think we're going to go ahead and grab her. Think we're getting Otacon as next champ? No. Would we potentially get him as a champion in the future? Maybe. As the next champion, no, I would doubt that. Sure. We go for something simple here. Living Weapon on Ahri definitely could be fun, especially when you're just leveling her up. But I'm kind of wanting to be simple today and mostly just talk with chat. Honestly, I was thinking recently that Victor could probably be a good champion for some kind of item-focused gameplay and powers. Yeah, they could put a lot of item generation on some of his cards or his hex core, so that when you play that, you also are given epic items, or not epic items, but items on your units. That could be an interesting mechanic to go with. Raiding Party, Dragon's Rage, Fast Deal. I think we'll go for the extra draw. Sure. Let's go for a Mariner. I think they didn't add voice lines to last expansion just as a cover-up for Arcane, or was actually no budget. I don't think they intentionally did that because that's kind of a massive backlash. I think they just had to do that because they didn't have the budget for it. Because otherwise, also, I think they would have told us if, hey, we have voice lines, but we're not going to release them until after Arcane because it'd be spoilers. I think maybe they would do that. Let's get rid of Pathless, and yeah, we want ways to recall our Ahri. Oh, this requires another unit. Also, Coven Ahri. Alright, let's see if I remember how to do this. Alright, so we reset our entire hand. Fun. Let's go ahead and do this right here. So, 0 cost charm. Drop Ahri again.
Should run free.
Alright, so we could recall again, but we wouldn't be able to play her again.
Like
So we could attack and then recall. Sure. They'll probably... Oh, they didn't want to block. Okay, GG. Nice. Do you try a gold build, like you have 2,000 gold, your champ would be like 20 power, or was it not worth it? I've done those types of builds before, and it can be fine, especially if you want to go for a build that's all about your turn 1 damage, and especially when the entire adventure might not be as difficult, but then the last fight can be really hard. So going for some of those longer encounters like Aurelian Soul, maybe Lysandra, it can work out decently well. But saying that wouldn't be a spoiler itself, I don't think necessarily. Because I think if they're adding new champions, you'd kind of expect some of the voice lines to potentially be spoilery. So Like, they're adding champions that we know we're going to be in the show. So I don't think them saying, hey, we have voice lines, we're just not going to do them at launch because some of them are going to be spoilery. I think they would have done that if they had the voice lines. Because especially with the massive blowback, I think by now they would have said, hey, we have voice lines, but we were just waiting until after Arcane. I think they would have said something. I think we'll go for the Blade Twirler just because it's the cheapest. We don't really plan on playing any of these. Yeah, maybe something like placing a random item at the round start or reducing cards for every item. Yeah, that definitely could be an interesting concept if they don't do it with Victor. That's definitely something they could look into. I think Katarina could be decent since she recalls herself. So that's some obvious synergy there. Yeah, we can try to go for Katarina. That can be interesting. Toast, in your opinion, what are the top 3 best champions from P&Z at 6 stars? Is Warwick on that list? I would probably put Jinx on that list, even though a lot of people could consider her boring. I think she's very good. I think Jace can potentially be on that list. And then I'm really not sure. It's hard to say. I don't know how good the Vi one is. I think Warwick could be better than the Vi one, possibly. And then Echo, you do have these massive stats, but it's also kind of hard to evaluate how useful that's gonna be. It's hard to say for certainty because there's so many that I haven't played with, but he would possibly be in the 3rd slot, but he might overall end up like 4th maybe. So it is possible, but I'm not set on that. I definitely think all of them in power are pretty good. Also, I think Caitlyn is really nice when she actually gets her relic, the Fiddlesticks relic, and the tome. So I think she's not nearly as bad as she used to be if you have that kind of OP build. So even though I would have said she was like definitely in last before, I'm not as confident anymore. But yeah, the power for all of P&Z right now is pretty high. They're all, I think, quite solid. So any of them to 6 stars, with the one caveat that if you don't have the build for Caitlyn, but I think all of them are really good. Spells chest, slot bot, or spells chest. Create a lucky find. Give the weakest ally elusive. I think let's try to go for Profiteer and probably just go for the spells chest. I would say Jinx, Warwick, and Echo. Yeah, I feel like Jinx is very strong. I really think that Jace is probably up there, which again, I don't have Jace, so I can't say for certain, but I think Jace is probably very good. Let's hold on to this right here. We're holding on to the Katarina because that is going to increase our odds of drawing another Ahri, which is going to be guaranteed at this point. All right, let's go for Ahri. All right, try to go for the scaling. Let's play this here to get a strike off.
The forest and I are one.
Yeah, the sad thing is we don't have really any way
Surrounds us.
to deal with their units. We don't have any overwhelm or anything like that yet. But we're still doing a ton of damage. Since Constellations, Demacia is fucked. My beautiful Lux is ruined. I think all of Demacia is still pretty solid.
Wild hearts should run free.
Like, Vayne is incredibly good in Demacia, and then I think Lux Illuminated is also pretty good, although I definitely like Vayne better, although again, I don't have Lux Illuminated at 6 stars. And then, I mean, Morgana's technically Targon, but Morgana's really good too. Alright, GG. Yeah, Demacia is still a solid region. They all have very good champions. Hunt the Weak, 1 cost, do like that. I think we will go ahead and grab that one. And yeah, we can go for the spells chest, see if we can get some more recalls. Recall an ally, this is going to be free, and we have Farsight on it, solid, so we're less reliant on just getting more copies of our Ahri. And let's go here for T-Hex. I don't know, Lux Illuminated 6-star feels underwhelming. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it as well, which is why I went for Vayne, but I think she's still going to be a pretty strong champion. Like, even if her 6-star is a bit underwhelming, I think she's still good. Also, we're pausing for anyone stuck in the ad. I'm in between 1 to 5 Lux Illuminated to get her slow spell to burst, which is incredible. 2 5-star, both Fiddle and Volibear. What do you suggest? Okay, you gotta buy the ads. Thought you were subbed with Prime, so I feel like thought you shouldn't get hit by that. Yeah, Demacia for me is that good, but mediocre Limbo. I mean, Vayne is crazy. Vayne is really, really good. Now, Vayne, that is with the caveat of getting her throughout the constellation. I'm excited they said we'd be able to disable star powers. Yes, but we don't know when that is. So I think you're trying to ask who should you 5-star. So you can 5-star Lux Illuminated and get her slow spell to burst, which is solid. Or 5-star both Fiddle and Volibear. I would probably go for Fiddle and Volibear. For one, Volibear really likes the extra mana. And then that's also really good for Fiddlesticks. I would rather upgrade both of them over Lux Illuminated. I prefer playing either of them over Lux, personally. So that's what I would go with. I wish Nora's 6-star wasn't trash. I have a Bandle, Crystal, and Infinite Nora fragments. Yeah. Alright, let's get rid of Dancing Droplet. And we don't necessarily want these because these are the ones that aren't going to be free. We want more copies of our Ahri and her charm. I find Vayne also to be fun, but yeah. Fun is something that is very much personal preference.
Wild hearts should run free.
Alright, let's go ahead and... yeah, let's use this one first, because it's free. Although so is the other one.
World has to offer.
I think let's attack first. Technically that one could survive. And yeah, they'd probably block with it. But we're about to get recalled, so... oh, okay.
Too slow.
I brought my book. Hope that's all right.
I go where the winds blow. For now.
Alright, so we will drop this one here. Shouldn't that say that's going to die? I mean, it kind of doesn't really matter. Alright, that should be game. GG. I 6-starred Nora because I had infinite Nora fragments, but it's not that trash, though it's fun. Seeing the Arcane campaign and waiting for new nightmares, where you have disable all star powers, and the first 3 nodes you get are a 1, 2, and a 3-star. That'd be interesting. As for Lux, it's not bad considering her spells, but yeah, probably not the best. It's essentially your summons get 1/1 on average. Yeah, that was a weird beam, especially since it wasn't really doing anything. I don't really care about any of these. I suppose we'll grab that one. Let's go for more copies of our champion. Strike, draw one, I'm fine. I would like to get, like, just Overwhelm. Faded and becomes Fey. That would technically give us a little bit more scaling. So, sure. Alright, healer. We're probably never going to play that. At least it gets itself out of hand. Yeah, let's get rid of that one and go for Anivia. Oof, Anivia's rough, though. Hello, Death. Doing all well, doing pretty well. Just trying to get through the challenges. Let's get rid of these two. North 6-star should buff champions we get from portals and then double their stats. That would be pretty nice. Alright, so we're going to try to play our Ahri, but there's a decent chance she just gets immediately frostbitten, stunned. Oh, they actually blew all of their mana. Alright, I'm not going to complain.
I go where the winds blow. For now.
All right, with that extra mana they gave us, we can do our little combo one more time. So we'll be able to end without having to attack.
Run free.
Yeah, that faded, we can trigger it every single time we play her. So it is actually giving us a decent amount of stats. All right, GG. This Ahri build is so strong, but it's also so boring to play. Yeah, a bit. So we're already pretty much guaranteed to draw her because we have so many copies of her. 1/1 as far as stats isn't bad, because especially any increase in stats, since we're doubling our amount of stats, can be pretty helpful. We have a bunch of rerolls, though. I think we'll try to get something better. Oh, this is actually difficult. This is difficult in a couple different ways. So if we go for the mana deposit, we can keep playing her, and then our limiting factor is just how many of the recalls we have, and that's as long as we have enough recalls, we can just keep going forever. With the Spirit Stone, we always have a free recall, so we can always go, but then the limiting factor is the mana cost. And then the Consuming Wrath just gives us so much extra damage, because it's like 4 power up front, but then since we're doubling that every time, it's actually really, really good. I think we'll go for the mana deposit for one. This is the one that's going to be the hardest for us to get again. Mana deposit counter. I mean, we could, but yeah, it's not really needed. All right, we'll do this, but yeah, all 3 of these are actually really good for us. Overwhelm, that'll be really nice. Both of these are also solid as well, but making sure our Ahri can actually attack and not worry about getting blocked, that'll be really good. It gives us essentially 1 extra strike. Oof. So we're going up against Lysandra. We could go for the consistent spell shield, or we could go for the champion item. I think we'll actually go for the consistent route, because right now I think we're going to have enough damage. So yeah, let's go ahead and go down here. We need a gold-focused constellation. I mean, they can do that. Since they're going to be making champions that are just for this part of the game, they can make a brand new champion or a card that is all about stacking gold. So they definitely could do that. Let's get rid of that one, and we will hold on to the Sprite Dance since mana shouldn't really be an issue. We just need more recalls. All right, so we have a bunch of Ahri. That is really good.
Wild hearts should run free. Just follow the yellow line. Easy.
Yeah, the Faded is actually pretty good for us,
Too slow.
since we can just trigger that every single time.
I go where the winds blow. For now. run 3.
Yeah, we've now hit the point that as long as we have enough of these, we're totally fine. Like, we could recall right now, but we'll just attack and end. GG.
Remember this
I'd like to play the shopkeeper. That would be funny if they just took one of the shopkeepers from, yeah, one of the League of Legends maps and just, this is the champion now. Recall an ally or spend 8 mana. I mean, a recall, 1 mana that we're getting at the start of the game. That'll be nice, although we're kind of drawing almost too much. Alright, so we have Spell Shield for our Ahri, so there shouldn't really be anything the enemy can do to stop us. Give your weakest ally 3/3. This is never going to trigger since we're always going to try to end in the first round. When you summon a unit with 8 attack, health, or cost granted 8/8, that'll be funny because we can trigger this with our Ahri very quickly. So, sure. Remitter or shop. We'll go for the shop, and yeah, I think we're good. So let's go for Burblefish. Yeah, it is interesting to kind of see what they could do. Because one thing they talked about of adding new champions for just Path of Champions was about how they can really play with the Path of Champions mechanics. But so far, the new champions we've gotten haven't really done that at all. They've all kind of just been normal champions. So we haven't really seen any of them interact too much with the path-specific mechanics. Let's get rid of these two, because it's not a recall and it's not Ahri. What Ahri build are you running? So this Ahri build is Hymn of Valor, Hidden Tome, and Echoing Spirit. I think the start of Path of Champions was getting how deep, or how does Path of Champions work, relic, item, powers, etc. This year has been how a good constellation looks like. I mean, yeah, the game is still growing, and where they've come so far has been really good. Alright, so they popped our spell shield, but we do have a fast recall if they actually try to do something. I mean, that kind of doesn't matter. But sure, let's just recall this here. And now our Ahri is massive. Yeah, it's been a bit since I've played Ahri, so it's actually fun to kind of do some Ahri shenanigans again.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
That is kind of the bad thing is once I do the guide for a champion, I then don't play them for a couple months. Normally because I just have made so much content with them. But it is fun to actually be able to go back. We don't even need to double the stats. Let's just attack. GG. Honestly, a lot of people like to rag on the game, but every single patch since Constellations have come out has been like a massive addition to the game. Like the amount of content we're getting is pretty crazy from such a small team. Because like back in the day, we'd have to wait like 6 months, or not 3 months. 3 months to get new champions, and yeah, it was rough. It was a rough time. Now every single patch we're getting multiple new champions, normally new adventures, and new content. It's pretty good. We don't want to draw a unit because that's going to make us overdraw, probably. Well, not necessarily, because we're getting a card out of our hand. So I guess it could work, and it could potentially draw another Ahri. Yeah, I think we can be fine. Alright, shop. Don't really want any of these. When you summon a created ally, grant it 2/2. Our Ahri is not really going to count as created, so that shouldn't really help us, sadly. When you summon a 1-cost, granted 2/2. Ahri will be a 1-cost once she's been recalled once, so sure. I think let's get rid of this just because we don't have to be drawing too many things at the start. And let's go for Lysandra. Next year, I feel like we'll be able to see how good the constellations and game mechanics can be pushed forward. That's the thing. While the game is improving, I've kind of always had this mindset that the game is still building its foundation. Because right now, one of the big drawbacks is that we don't have a way for people to earn all the relics without spending money. So that's one of the biggest things that needs to be addressed. And like they're working on doing that. So I feel like once they get that sorted, then I feel like the foundation of the game will be done, and then everything after that will just be like building on top of it. But since this is now not a side part of Legends of Runeterra, but the main focus, they now need this to be a complete package, which I think it's almost there, but I do think they definitely need to get that system in place so that people can actually earn everything in game. And so I feel like this year that's what they've been working on, is just building the foundation, and then everything after that will just be adding a bunch of cool stuff to it. Let's get rid of these two. Holding on to the Katarina to increase our odds of drawing our Ahri. Then the other ones are rallies. All right, so let's drop this here.
Forest and I are one.
All right, so they just spent all of their mana on that. So now we don't really have to worry about what they do at all. Does she still have... No, she does not have her annoying power. That could shut us down, so I'm glad I don't have that. Yeah, we're at 8 cards. I think this should be fine. And yes, it can pull out another Ahri, so that is awesome.
I go where the wind blows. For now.
It is kind of crazy how much damage you can actually push with Ahri.
Forest and I are one.
Because like right here, we could keep going for a while. We still have a bunch of removal spells, but it doesn't even matter. GG.
Remember this moment.
We're seeing Path of Champions turn from a side mode into the full game in real time. Yeah, that's really what they've been working on. 7 of your Ahris are created, aren't they? Yeah, that is a good point, actually. I guess they would have counted. That's true. They would count as a created card. I wasn't factoring in the Echoing Spirit. Alright, Ahri, still a lot of fun. I like how there's some different builds you can go with, and if you're just wanting a very strong build and you don't really have to care what the enemy does at all, this is fantastic for that. You just drop your Ahri and you have a very high likelihood to just absolutely dominate. Alright, let's see if we finally get our Bandle City. Nope, we got Bilgewater, which is one that we have way too many fragments for. Wait, can't you get Champion Epic through Reliquaries? No, not the ones that are actually... Like, some of them are themed after champions, like Spirit of the Buru, but it's not an actual champion-specific one. The ones you get from the celebration bundles for the champions, those you can't get from Golden Reliquaries. Which, I understand what they've at least said, is that getting one of those from a Golden Reliquary would normally feel really bad because they are so niche. Like, if you pulled out the Nora one, and you either didn't have Nora or you don't like Nora, then it's like, great, this is worthless on the vast majority of champions. Now, it did get better since Fiddlesticks got released, but a lot of those ones, yeah, it is disappointing. Now, if they maybe had a system in place, so if you literally had all of the relics, then you could get them in the Golden Reliquary pool, that would be nice. But I understand how they were saying, like, it would probably feel pretty bad to get those from a Golden Reliquary if you didn't care about the champion. But yeah, they need to have something that people can get. I believe they had a plan to make Path of Champions as a complete standalone game, then just never mentioned again. I'm not sure. All right, let's do the last weekly. So we have Viego, Jump Scare. So they're just going to be constantly playing a lot of units for free because when they draw a follower that costs 3 or less, they summon it. So they're getting a bunch of free units. They can only take 20 damage in a round, and they have the deadly modifier. Now, for this one, I think going for control would probably be the best because a lot of the control champions aren't doing 20 damage in a round, at least not consistently. and then they could shut down a lot of the enemy units. But a lot of the control champions we've played really recently. So I think we'll try to go for Vex, because it's been a little bit. And then we're going to go for Vex, Big Guns, Echoing Spirit, and Hidden Tome. Kind of a very good general Vex build. Yeah, we could go for Fiddlesticks. There's other people you can go with, but most of the really good champions I've played too recently. I try to have a little bit more varied content. Let's grab Vex here. Vex should be good in a couple different ways. For one, she normally doesn't push more than 20 damage in a round. Like, she can, but that's not that normal for her, or you're spreading your damage out normally. Since they have a whole bunch of units, we have a lot of spells that can focus on killing enemy units, so that'll be really good. And especially into Viego, his ephemerals, if they die at the end of the round, count for our 4 and 6 star, so this should be solid. So let's go ahead and try this out here. I need everything but Bilgewater Star Crystals right now, so you can guess which ones I got this week. Yeah, I have like over 100. I might have like 160 stupid Bilgewater Star Crystals. And I have 1 Bilgewater Fragment or Nova Crystal, and I have 90 fragments, so I'm going to essentially have 2 of those. Oh, man. All right, let's go for a power here. This probably won't matter because we're not focused on units. Also probably won't matter when you target an ally with a single target spell. Normally not going to do that. New student also probably won't matter. Could be a blocker, but I think we're fine. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. So Wild Inspiration would be nice, but Elemental wins. We like the big damage. Let's go for that. Let's go for Guardian. I don't have either the 4th nor the 5th star in Fiddle, but the 6 stars are so much crushing at high level content. Yeah, the 6 star is pretty crazy. Let's get rid of Grim and also the Allay, because yeah, Vex should be able to handle that. The Withering Wail is going to be clutch here. Alright, so let's do pretty much my favorite thing of using this to make them have to play first. So we could go for a Withering Wail and just immediately hit all of them. I think we will to get some damage down and also just, yeah, kind of mess with them. Aw, that's sad. I didn't think they were gonna... Oh, man. Rip. Oh, man. So we'll drop a Vex. I'm so sad now. They're probably gonna attack before we can... Yeah. We're not gonna do anything. While we could reduce down the damage, we want to kill them outside of combat. So let's... We're playing 1 spell, and it's just gonna kill everyone. Love it. Alright, so there's the 20 damage. Let's get this impact out of the way.
You'll probably be happier without me anyway.
Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and kill that. Alright, so we want to use this. Oh, I guess we can just end. Well, GG. I don't like your build. That's fine. I like my build. Unless you're talking to someone else. Are you not running Fear Cleaving Axe? No. Boost all units. Like, it's fine. I guess we'll go for it. Yeah, I think it'll be better than the other 2. Pick a card in hand, create 4 exact copies of it in your deck, reduce the cost by 1. That's not terrible. Yeah, we'll go for this. Yeah, Fear Cleaving Axe can be fine if you want to focus on Vex attacking, but I really like focusing on all the spells, and this is kind of the best build for that I have found. Yeah, I like this build because it doesn't rely on your units. It doesn't really rely on your Vex. You have a bunch of copies of Vex, so if Vex dies, it also doesn't really matter. And it's also super consistent. I really enjoy it. So we go for a Soraka. 3 Star Spring. We can drop a Fizz. which wouldn't be terrible. Double troubles for some blockers. So we're not getting any removal spells here, which is a little bit sad. We have 4 rerolls. I think we'll save the rerolls for the shop. I think we'll go for Fizz. This can be decent champion draw, summoning blockers. Yeah, this will be overall fine. Not crazy, but fine. Champion item or slot bot. Let's go up here. So let's go for Reckoner. What build are you running? So yeah, we're running Echoing for Vex. We're also running the big guns to make everything hit a little bit harder. And then we're going for our Hidden Tome so that we get the mana refill. Let's see. This is fine. Vex, spells, looks good. So Fizz will kill her.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
Sure, let's drop this here. Oh, love it. Sure, so we can kill that one right away. Could go for a Gloom Sprite. Sure. Alright, that is fine. Yeah, I think we'll actually drop this so he will die. So we get some more damage down this round.
The world waits, begging for dominion.
Alright, so this will
Not even
probably get stunned.
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
Alright, so we could just flat out kill him. Could also kill him this way. And I think we'll go ahead and go for this so we can use this on the Nexus. So having Vex on the board doubles our damage, which means that with the big gun, since that's giving us 1 damage, it then also gets doubled, so it essentially goes for 2 damage, which is pretty nice.
You'll never understand me.
Alright, are they going to get a free unit? No. I think let's go ahead and attack before they can play anything.
Know your enemy.
Let's actually go for some damage. We're trying to spread out our damage a little bit more. And we're trying to make sure everyone's gloomed so the round start effect can actually hit them. Sure, let's boost both of these.
I won't miss you at all.
Alright, not too bad. I have 1 out of 3 of those. Guess I'm not doing this build. Let's see, we could go for that. Could go for a Glare. Let's hit that one up, see what we get for the draw. Do we care about taking the damage? Nah, we're fine. Alright, let's drop this one here.
Vex, you have bags under your eyes.
Oh, you noticed?
That's a good thing, is Vex does have a huge like Nexus pool. So it's not actually too bad if you take some damage. Sure, we can go ahead and kill this unit.
Got you the most metal present of all.
They can stun one of our units,
My
but
favorite thing, disappointment.
oh, that draw is actually really good there.
I hate it here.
Alright, let's go ahead and attack. Even if they kill us, it's fine.
Dude, not cool.
We will not fail.
Oh, this misery.
Anything for the right coin.
Alright, let's hit the Overwhelm unit.
I accept.
Alright, so we'll boost this one. And now we do want to reduce down the damage we're taking a little bit.
Blast the abyss.
Alright, let's go for the Gloom.
Look great, feel great, be great.
And yeah, we have a whole bunch of Vex in our deck, so
Portal just brooding
not really too much of an issue. I used to go for Death's Foil, Fear, Cleaving Axe, and Echoing. Really strong effects offensively, but Vex can die in high content. It feels bad. Yeah, that's the thing, is a lot of the builds where Vex actually needs to attack, it can get shut down really easily. And while it can be strong, I kind of prefer not having to attack. And that's just being kind of like a bonus when it happens. All right, let's go for the draw here.
Girl, still among the living. Fight your best attack, silly.
All right, GG. I also really like spell-based champions, and this focuses more on your spells, so that's why I really like it. If you were someone that prefers actually using your units more and attacking, then going for some of those Death's Foil build or the Fear Cleaving Axe could be pretty good for that. More copies of Pyke isn't bad, but this is random damage, but it is a lot of damage. Sure. Extra draw could be okay, but yeah, we can get that. That can be fine. I don't think the other copies are also going to have the extra damage, the ones that it's creating, but it'll be fine. Shadow Totem, Spell Shield. The Ephemeral copy should make our spells hit really hard. What do you think is better, Vex 6-star or Jinx 6-star? I would go for the Jinx 6-star. The Vex 6-star is nice, but Jinx gets more of a benefit from it. Vex gets more benefits from other parts of her kit. I think we'll go for the Spell Shield just so Vex can stay on the board more consistently, but Shadow Totem's not too bad. And then let's load in here to Savage Reckoner. Oh, it looks like some people are on an ad break, so we'll just pause when we load in here. Thought about Echoing Spirit plus 2 Utmost to have a 4-cost nuke you just play. I actually don't really like the Utmost Despair. I feel like it's not good enough. It doesn't give you enough value for a relic. I have a question. When you pick a champion and you don't get the champion that works greatly for who you're doing the run with, let's say after 1 or 2 rerolls, you don't want to spend too many, how do you pick a sub non-optimal champion? So when I'm looking at champions, I'll normally try to find one that's just, if it doesn't work for you, it's either very general. So some ones that I really like for that is like Renekton. Renekton is just often a solid good card that even if it doesn't work for your specific build, it's still not a bad card that you'll probably won't mind playing. Or I'll just try to find some cards that are cheap, or if they have any amount, like sometimes I'll pick the support package just because there's one card in there that's really good. So if there's like one solid card that would really help, then it's just like, okay, I'll try to cut the others. So yeah, you're just trying to evaluate, and this is with all card picks in general, what is the likelihood I'm actually going to play this card? Or if this is a card in my hand, is there going to be a situation where this helps me? Or is this just always going to be a dead card when I draw it? I'm never going to want to play it. You just want to avoid having as many dead cards as possible. So sometimes it's... The biggest thing is mana cost. So if you have 2 sets of cards, it's like, these are trash and these are trash, but at least I could get these out of my hand. So if it's just like a random follower, but it's relatively cheap, then it's like, okay, I guess I'd be able to play it. But if it's like a random follower that sucks, but it's also expensive, and it's like, okay, there's no chance I'm ever playing it. Yeah, I'm working on getting a build done that's going over drafting and all the things to consider when looking at cards. But some of the big things is, am I actually going to ever want to play this card? And then would I be able to play this card? Like, for the mana, am I actually going to get there in my games to the point where I would play this? Or even if I have the mana for it, am I going to want to play like 2 of my other cards over this one? And then another big factor is, how much of an impact is this going to have on my games? So there might be a card where it's like, there's a high likelihood I don't play this, but if I ever do play it, it's going to massively swing the game in my favor. So there's some like 6-cost cards, especially 6-cost spells, that's like, probably never going to play this, but if it gets to the point of the game where I need to play this, it's really going to help me close out. So there's a lot of different factors to evaluate when you're looking at cards in general, but also like support cards. But yeah, trying to fix some of your weaknesses. So if you're running on a champion that doesn't have a lot of draw, going for anything that gives you draw or generates cards like invokes or manifests. Anyone that needs sustain, trying to get some amount of heal or lifesteal, or just trying to find cards that hurt you the least is sometimes something to consider. And yeah, you don't have to like the whole support package. If you just see one card in there that's like, oh, this actually is really going to work for me, sometimes that's enough. All right, here for Vex, though, let's get rid of Incandescence because we're going to draw it. We'll get rid of Coral Creatures. We like the other two. I meant who's better fully maxed out. Between Jinx or Vex. I would still probably go for Jinx, but I find Vex more fun to play, so that's good enough for me. We could drop Withering Wail, but they still have 3 mana. So let's drop this one here and hope they play another unit. Alright, so they've spent all their mana. Let's drop this here, get like 16 damage down. And there goes their whole board. One issue with Vex is she can be a little bit more inconsistent because you're relying on drawing the right cards. So that can be a problem for you. If we drop Vex here, they're probably going to attack immediately, but oh well.
I'll make your midnight dreary.
Oh, perfect. So let's go ahead and hit this here. Actually, wait, we're leveled, so this is going to do double damage, so we can actually kill that unit, which is solid. Alright, so this is going to hit anything. Let's kill that. They're probably still going to attack. Yeah, we'll drop this here.
Gloves off.
Do we care about that? This also can't die. We could block with our Vex, but I think we'll just take the hit. I wish 6-star Vex also worked in combat. That's my only gripe with her. Yeah, that would be nice.
You'll probably be happier without me anyway.
All right, so this, oh my word, that keeps freaking out. All right, we'll just end the round. And it's gone. Do we want to just attack before we get stunned? Yeah, I think so.
I served for decades, and you call on me now.
All right, let's go ahead and hit that. Drop this here. All right, so we're kind of at the point where we can't do more damage. So sure, let's drop one of these.
If I see a single balloon or cupcake, I'll barf. Aw, come on! Can't we celebrate our favorite storm cloud?
All right, that is fine. Let's drop this here and potentially end the game. GG.
I guess that was a little bit cool.
Yeah, I prefer playing Vex over Jinx generally. I think it's more interesting. That sense of randomness is often quite fun. The fact that you just get a card, and Jinx can have this in some regards as well, but it's more prevalent with Vex, where you're getting a card and you're just like, oh my word, this is incredible. Like, this Poke Stick is going to be so good for us. So I prefer Vex, but I would say Jinx is generally stronger, especially as far as consistency goes. Getting a champion item wouldn't be bad, but let's go for the shop and try to see if we can get some fun spells. This would give us more sustain, so that's actually not terrible. Let's buy 1 copy of that. And let's buy this as well. So we just have now really, really good sustain. Let's do a reroll, see if we can just... Okay, no. I think we'll save our rerolls for a better shop, but not seeing any fun powers there. Let's go here for a healer. Yeah, I think we could probably get rid of Grim. Just because of that cost, we're normally not playing him. Sure. All right, let's go for Howling Abyss. Jinx still relies on champion draw more. I mean, she does rely on champion draw, but so does Vex. Like, they're both pretty good. Have you seen Arcane in League? He's so small. I've seen some screenshots of it, yeah. Let's get rid of a lay. And I think we'll hold on to the rest. Huh, they don't have any units for us to do anything against. Sad. I think we'll pass.
All the world on one arrow.
All right, we really want to try to get these units down. Ooh, that is nice. We have 8 cards. All right, so yeah, now we're going to be doing a little much. So whatever we get, we are going to burn, but it's okay. All right, so we could go for our Vex. That spell shield is a little annoying. We could also just go for like coral creatures, and well, actually, this wouldn't be able to block. That one wouldn't be able to block either. One of these might be able to. The thing is, they're probably going to immediately attack. I think we'll drop this to try to get a blocker. Hopefully, one of them is high enough. Nope. Oh well. Sure. Let's drop this here. All right, so we pop the spell shield. We don't really care about the flow, so we're fine with that getting discarded. All right, so let's drop our Vex.
Rather be anywhere than here.
We want Vex to level to double the damage of our Poke Stick. Well, that's unfortunate. So we could do a lot of damage to him here. Yeah, let's try to reduce him. Well, actually, they're fully healing him, but we're not actually damaging him. We're reducing down his maximum health, so that should be a pretty good counter. Yeah, so he's not nearly as big. Let's hit this one up as well. Sure, let's see what this hits. Alright, would have been fine with that hitting one of the other targets.
You'll never understand.
Ooh, that's a little scary. Yeah, we'll just have that hit there. Alright, so I think we are fine for now. We could attack, but that would just get our Vex killed, which is not the worst thing, having to drop her again. How much is it going to do? Yeah, it's just going to gloom the strongest target, which is just going to do like 2. I think we're fine. It is a little bit sad that our one effect hit the... hit the target over there. Also, Nasus with Nocturne with that Fearsome, that is actually pretty rough. Alright, let's drop this one here.
I should have stayed in
Alright, let's go for the Incandescence. We'll block that one right there.
Pretty cringe.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and hit this up. Sure, we can boost both of these. I think let's go for a Grotesque Gift. Alright, so Vex yet again, and Viego. They're getting some pretty
Possessive much?
pretty good effects, but this little, well, he's already leveled, so I guess there's no worry about that. Kind of want to see if they play some more units.
Can you hear my eyes rolling?
Yeah, well, he has that Deathless, which is rough. So while this will kill him, they'll have another copy.
Gotta get out of here!
Oh well. At least, we wanted the mist to be able to die because of the ephemeral.
Long road behind, long road ahead.
All right, let's
Could ease the way.
drop this one here.
Make the hurt a weapon.
That's a little rough.
Keep your distance.
Oh man. Alrighty, let's go for double trouble. Surely they won't get an Elder Dragon. Oh man.
Sunlight.
Alright, how many of these we have left in our deck?
Bed.
We've had a lot of these die.
Still among the living. Despite your best
Alright, let's drop this here. And yeah, let's do some damage there. And then that will die at the end of the round. Oh man. Alright, let's try to attack before they
I hate
play
it
anything.
here.
GG. Easy, not even close.
I guess that
Oh
was
man.
a little bit cool.
That was a little dicey there. Play, start a free attack. I feel like most of the time that should be fine. Mostly. Sure, we'll try it. It could backfire. But we'll try. Domination, round start rally, unyielding. I mean, after that how the last one went, unyielding would be the worst. Round start rally. We don't actually attack that much. Which... like, normally attack is not actually that important. I think we'll actually go for the unyielding just to be safe. We could go for some rerolls, but I think we want to save that for shops. Alright, epic spells, that is great. Let's go here for Arbiter. Oh man. Howling Abyss, more like Screaming Abyss, because often makes you want to scream. People avoid playing Lysandra Adventure to avoid the annoying fights for them, just to find them in weekly nightmares. Yeah, that is true. But yeah, it is a lot easier here. Alright, let's get rid of a couple of these. Alright, so drop this for free. He'll die, but that's fine. Although we could wait to drop him, because we're kind of going to drop him like a nuke. Let's play this first. Let's let them get some more units going.
Worth the journey.
I think let's drop this as far as blockers. Yep, alright.
Here I go.
Alright, here, let's boost everyone. We get them all a little bit lower. Alright, so this one will die, and then he'll gloom the other two.
Reaching the peak will change everything.
Let's go for the zero cost Vex. They still have 3 mana, so I think they won't attack. I hope.
Miles.
I hope they won't attack. Oh, right, we have that. Sure, we can drop this here. Because these two will still die. I think let's go for this to gloom whatever they play. Oh, we should have done that. The air impact. Alright, let's go for the Galare here. Alrighty then.
You reach the peak or beyond.
We're waiting for them to try to play some more units. Where they're going to drop our Fizz and...
Fun would be a challenge.
Okay. They spent all their mana. This was a 0-cost one. Let's drop our Fizz. I think let's go for the Ebb.
You'll never understand me.
Alright, so one Gloom going, get a couple more kills. It is... I love the draw on the glare.
Gaze upon me and despair.
Alright, so yeah, I won't get it lower. But I think we're fine. That's a pretty big free unit. Let's drop that one there. And I think we will let our Vex die. Yeah. Let's drop this first. Go for a Gloom.
Fashion is feeling, and I'm feeling fabulous. I'd rather be anywhere than here.
Alright, so that one is gonna die, which is... I guess we do have our boost here.
Here.
So this will be nice.
Come here.
Let's go for a Grotesque Gift. And yeah, drop this one here. Alright. Almost every card they draw, they just get for free, which is a little rough for us. But let's drop this here. It'll be able to kill one of them. Sure, this is going to set up a pretty good chain reaction. That one will be able to survive.
Hi. You both coming to V's party later?
The heal is a little bit rough for us. Alright, let's go ahead and hit this up. Come on, there we go.
Oh, buttons!
Alright, let's go for our Vex.
I should have stayed in bed.
Yeah, the lifesteal is a little bit sad. Alright, let's Gloom it one more time.
Silent light.
Alright, so that'll be dead next round.
No, please. No peace to
For the free attack, yeah, with Fear Cleaving Axe, that would be nice to have. So we could go for this, but let's go ahead and drop a Vex.
I'd rather be anywhere than here.
Nari to me.
Sure. Alright, let's try to hit up the Nexus. And then that'll be game. GG. Oh, wait. Oh, they hit the 20. Oh, they hit the 20 threshold. Alright, there we go.
I guess that was a little bit cool.
Oh, man. Yeah, we still haven't gotten any... Okay, there we go. It's like any really good AoE spells to try to just shut down their board. But that one is actually very good. Grant enemies Gloom, 2 cost. I mean, we're kind of hoping to have something that's just nuking the whole board. But we maybe would get slow but steady right at the shop there. So sure, it's not bad. Alright, not slow but steady. Flow, I cost 2 less, deal 1 to all enemies. So both of these are going to hit very hard. So, yeah, I think let's get both of these. Tactician. Let's do a reroll here. Summon a Sting Officer. Let's try one reroll over here and see if we get another really good. Ooh, let's get one copy of that. I think let's try. Okay, slow but steady. There we go. I knew we would get it. Yeah, we can go for the item shops. Let's go for Dawn Speakers. All right, no, not too bad. This is the thing I like about Vex, as well as some champions like Pyke. They can scale up so well over the course of the adventure. It's so much fun. Caustic Rift, Vex, Double Trouble. We can get rid of this because we have a couple copies of Vex. Alright, so this will get blocked by Spell Shield, which is a little bit sad. But I mean, most of these effects are going to get blocked by Spell Shield. Do we want to go for Double Trouble? I think let's actually go for a Grotesque Gift. Yeah.
Go down, will you?
Sure, so this is technically only hitting one unit, but making sure everyone is gloomed is pretty good. We could attack, but I'll keep this as a blocker.
Be strong. These are dark times.
I'm actually here.
Alright, so we could just go for a Caustic Rift, and yeah, that won't technically hit everyone. Could go for Vex. Could go for Fizz. I think we'll go for Fizz first. Actually, let's drop this just to have a couple extra blockers.
Remember the fallen.
Alright, so they're out of mana. Let's now go for Caustic Rift and just wreck their board.
Our allies did not fall in vain.
Sure. Alright, let's use the impact here. Just so that'll be on the boost next round.
Be strong.
Alright, pretty good.
These are dark times.
So let's drop our Vex here.
It's not even my birthday. I should have stayed in bed.
Do we want to go for a Static Shock? It would use up all of our mana. But I think it's probably worth it. Alright, I think we're literally capped out on the amount of damage we can do. So I think we'll just end because attacking doesn't actually do anything.
Strength and grace, beauty in the blade.
Alright, so that is a little worrying. Alright, that's perfect. So we can drop a Make It Rain then, and get our 20 damage for the round. And yeah, I think we're good. That figures. Let's drop this here.
For the honor of my
Alright, GG. Nice. Oh, yeah, once you start actually getting the good spells over the course of the adventure, it's just so fun. Sadly, it took us a little bit long to get to that point. Sometimes you get it very quickly. Let's go for Pie Toss. Copy me on the same targets. Power Riff. Power Riff would make these free. So this would go off twice, which would give us 2 of the Perilous Pastries. Right now we're kind of struggling with having too many cards. Getting more copies of this and making the enemy discard isn't bad. All 3 of these are honestly very, very good. This would make the item, the mana potion, not do anything. But I think being able to play a ton of these for free would just be very, very good. So, sure. Yeah, all these are solid. I think the biggest problem with Pyke is we often, I don't think, are going to have room in our hand for both. I think let's cut the Coral Creatures, and let's go for Viego.
No power in this world can stop me.
Oh, man. Alright, Pyke, Ebb, Pokestick. This is going to be okay. Also, it looks like ad drop, so we'll just pause and hold off. Don't want anyone to miss anything. And we are also planning on streaming, at least at the moment, tomorrow. Good tea. Oh, 50 seconds left. Everyone should be back. Yeah. It's like we're planning on streaming tomorrow, but in the process of getting a house. So that's what I'm having to leave this afternoon to go do. And then over the next little while, probably going to be some days where I have to unfortunately call off stream to go and work on that. But hoping to get as many of our streams in as normal as we can. We will be gone Thursday and Friday, though, because we're leaving on Wednesday night. And yeah, Thanksgiving for anyone that's not in America. All right, everyone should be getting back. I think we'll go for our little Gloomis, just pass priority over to the enemy. All right, that's great. This is going to die at the end of the round. Oh, we could just flat out kill Viego, which very well might do. Let's see. Yeah, that could be fun. We could go for a Pyke here. It's going to die at the end of the round. Sure. I guess, yeah, the Gloom effect's going to kill that as well. So I think we might pair these two together and just wipe their board. All right, solid. All right, let's drop our Vex. We have Spell Shield, so hopefully she survives. But we'll have to see. All right, so we got through one Vengeance. Still alive. And now we can start dropping these zero-cost glares. Sure. I think let's do this damage just straight to the Nexus. All right, so we're unfortunately capped out at the moment. Let's go for this here. So I don't actually think I want to use any of our glares at the moment because we don't actually want them to die, because we're gonna lose out on damage on the Nexus. Meg Ferrari, thank you for the follow. All right, so Vex is getting killed there. Let's hit this up and see what it decides to go for. Although the static shock could maybe give us an item to save our Vex, but not too likely. We have so many of these boosts. Yeah, I think let's just go for an ebb and see what it gets. All right, nice. So here then, let's drop just another Vex right away.
Can't the Yordle just brood in peace?
And sure, let's go for our double trouble. All right, they didn't get anything, so let's just immediately attack, get some damage down. All right, we can drop our Fizz. Hey, Meg, welcome. Sure, we're not getting the full amount of damage, but it's still nice. We want to try to hit that 20 cap every round if we can. Yeah, we can drop this here.
Did anybody actually elect you?
I have always been male.
Them summoning more units for us is generally fine. Oh, the harrowing. This will be interesting. So it'll be a little worrying with them attacking. It's like we could, I mean, if we killed 2 targets here, they'd then just get 2 more targets for their harrowing. So yeah, we probably shouldn't do anything yet. I think let's have a couple of these boosts ready to go, and then we're going to open with the static shock. So this will kill 2 targets. When they die, they are going to gloom everyone else, and then we're having our double incandescence go off and boost everyone. We could also pair this with some glares, I think. Or at least 1 glare. Sure, let's hit that there. These go off. This goes off. Yeah, let's try to do this right here. All right, so there goes their entire harrowing. Nice. I love to see people still stream and watch streams, LOR streams. Thanks for still doing content about the game. Happy to help. Yeah, I still enjoy covering the game. Don't make it go down to a 1. I think that's fine. Let's hit this up here. All right, GG. Oh man.
How are the sunshine and rainbows looking?
I just like how with Vex you can just focus on your spells and your units aren't really the star of the show. Oh man. Just being able to wipe entire enemy boards and see them play the harrowing and not have to care. It's a great time. Alright, that was a lot of fun. Vex, still a absolutely great champion, especially against enemies that just summon so many units. As long as you can consistently kill them, with your 4 and 6 star, you just cascade and get so much kills, so much damage. See, I think Vex is a pretty good option for this set of modifiers where the enemy's getting units for free, and then also they can only take 20 damage in a round, because while you can hit that cap with Vex, it's not as terrible. You're fine with spreading out your damage over a couple rounds. So overall, pretty good. Minor gemstone vessel. Maybe we'll high roll. Nope, just 20. I don't think Shadow Isles is one of those. Do you also play PvP sometimes? No. I do not. I just generally prefer the PvE, and since that's the main focus of the game, I'm kind of fine with just covering that. But I know there are still a decent amount of PvP streamers, at least I think. I think whenever I look up the Twitch streams, there's a solid amount that are still catching that. If you don't have Echoing, what would be good relics? So for this build, Echoing is really nice to have and works really well with the Hidden Tome. And it also is kind of focused on getting the extra draw. So without the Echoing, you could always go for Grand General's counter plan right here. Still a solid alternative. You're getting one of the Vex Glares. Now, it's not going to get the cost reduction, so you're going to have to spend 2 mana on it, which does make it a lot worse because you're essentially paying twice the amount. But the 1-cost Glares are so good to gloom an enemy and get a draw. But this would also be okay as well, and can work as a safety net for your Vex. So you have your Vex on the board at the start of the round, they make the fleeting copy, and if the enemy then kills your Vex, you now have a fleeting copy to also go for. So if you want to go for the same build, but you just don't have that one relic, this is probably the best alternative that will kind of function the same way. But you're going to have a harder time drawing your Vex since you won't have all of those copies in your deck. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it for today. I have to go get ready to go look at a house. We'll probably be back here tomorrow to stream some more. We might try to take some more like 3-star champions into the Aurelian Soul. While it does take a really long time, so we can only really do one a stream, it is pretty fun. I like the fact we've been able to beat this with Bard and Mordekaiser, some of the champions that people probably wouldn't think you could. Now, the Bard run we did get very lucky. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out. We'll probably be here tomorrow. We won't be here Thursday and Friday because I have to see family for Thanksgiving, which I'm not complaining about at all. And then we'll be back here definitely on Sunday for the monthly challenges because that's when the month resets. But thank you all for hanging out. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. See ya.